My role, specifically as small business champion, is to essentially act as an agent in between the local businesses in Barnet and the council themselves. So a lot of what I do is going out and meeting with local business owners and small businesses in the borough, hearing what their issues are, what concerns they have, finding out what exactly we as a council can do to help them, and bringing that back to the council. And I guess the other side of the role is to promote small businesses within the council and ensure that it's at the forefront of Barnet's mind when drafting policy and looking how best to assist businesses in the borough. So Discover Barnet was started in September 2020 by the council. It's the borough's long-term strategy to encourage local shopping. Essentially it was a response to COVID. So the pandemic happened, obviously started in March 2020, and small businesses were hit the most. So it was a very, very difficult period for a lot of local businesses globally, particularly in London as well. So what we needed was a campaign to help encourage local residents to shop locally and also to try and support the local businesses as much as we could. The first campaign we did was to promote some independent businesses and business owners in the borough. That was a really successful campaign. We had over 200,000 impressions, which is almost half of Barnet's residents. So that was really successful and very positively received. Then last summer we had the Discover Barnet Presents Summer Festival, which was also a really great program. The idea was to again get people back out onto the high street. I went with my kids to a couple of those events and they were really well received, very, very positive. The next program was the Parklets program, which took 23 local parking bays and converted them into extra trading space. This was to encourage residents who were reluctant to go back into restaurants and cafes back out and were happy to sit outdoors, to give them more space to sit. This was really, really well received by the local business owners that were part of this program. Many of them have said since that they'd be happy to pay going forward for this service, and actually we're looking to roll out stage 2 of that, which will be next spring. Yeah, there's a couple of other campaigns going on at the moment. Recently we completed the shopfront competition. This was, again, it was a way to encourage shops to refresh their store windows, their shop fronts, and as a way again of enticing residents back out onto the high street and into the town centres. There were many applicants, and some of them won £3,000 each to basically to fund that refresh of their shop fronts. Finally, the Town Centre exhibition is a campaign to promote some of the borough's most hard-working residents. These are people that have gone above and beyond to support their local communities. This is over 50 different residents, and this will be showcased in 7 of the borough's town centres. We've got a Winter Faiths Festival event that's coming up, obviously next month. We can't talk too much about it at the moment, but watch this space. It will be essentially a continuation of the Discover Barnet Presents Summer Festival, but more focused towards obviously winter and different faiths that will be celebrating festivals around December time. We've also got Small Business Saturday coming up. Now that's always a big event. It's always a big event for local businesses, and it's a national campaign, but it's something that the borough will be promoting as well internally. It's a massive time of year for local businesses. It's a great opportunity for residents to show how much they love their local businesses, and we as a borough want to encourage as many people as possible to come out, especially during Small Business Saturday and throughout the festive period, to support their local businesses, because not only are we supporting our communities when we come out and shop locally, but we're also retaining local jobs. Just to put it into context, I think over £1.1 billion was spent last year on Small Business Saturday. So it's not a small number. It's what our local businesses rely on for residents to come out and support them. Recently, the Conservative administration in Barnet has approved £23.5 million, which will support the borough's growth strategy around our town centres. Now, just to understand how important that is, Barnet has more town centres and high streets than any other London borough. We have over 23,000 businesses in Barnet, but about 95% of those are micro businesses. Just to explain, a micro business is a company that has 10 or less employees. So the focus is really on supporting our local businesses, which are the backbone of our economy, especially here in Barnet. Barnet has some great shops and businesses. A lot of them are family-run cafes, things like that, and we need to encourage local residents to just come out and support them. These are our neighbours, our family members, our friends, our people in our community, and we need to be showing them love and support them as much as we can. One other thing that residents can do to support their local businesses is online, just to engage with them, to share their posts, to like their pages, things like that. It's free, it's easy, it takes 2 seconds, and it can make a real big difference to local businesses. One of the campaigns I'm trying to get off the ground as Small Business Champion is a local business directory. Now, for a lot of residents, they see the shops that they walk past on the high street, but there are shops that aren't as visible, the local accountancy firms, law firms, it could be a framer, anything, and these kind of businesses they're very hard to get engagement with the local residents. So what I'd like to see the council do is to create a local business directory. It's something I'd like to see get started in West Hendon, and if it's successful, to grow it out across the borough. But essentially this will just be an online directory that local businesses can sign up to, essentially, and it will list and it will show residents exactly what they have that they can access in their area. And this will again promote it, as long as you make it easy for residents to find their local businesses, they're more likely to support them. So why would I go into central London, into the city, to find a law firm when I know there's one, when I can find out that there's one around the corner from me?